Now, here's Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca with your live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast.
You know, looking back on historic hurricanes of Bob, Gloria, Carol, the 1938 storm, all of them have one thing in common, and that is the eye either passed right on top of us or just to our west in nearby Connecticut. That's the kind of track you need to have a major hurricane here. Now, you look at Earl, and, you know, all along we've been forecasting this eye to be, or the center of the storm, to be tracking well to our east, out south and east of Nantucket. That kind of a track does not produce hurricane force winds for most of the mainland. It doesn't produce a massive storm surge. It tends to keep the strongest winds offshore. Plus, the storm itself is weakening rapidly, so all good news here with Earl, though it is throwing back heavy rain and certainly some tropical storm force winds, especially offshore, and especially Nantucket and the islands, the Cape, getting the strongest winds this evening. And we are seeing tropical moisture, these bands of moisture coming in off the ocean. They're mainly confined to eastern Massachusetts, and we still think that it's eastern Mass that'll get the heaviest rainfall overnight tonight, somewhere between, say, 3 and 5 inches, whereas here in the Rhode Island area, probably 1 to 2 inches, and not much more than that. As we take a look at what's left of Earl, now a tropical storm, 134 miles south and east of Newport. The core of 40-mile-per-hour winds in this area in orange is just scraping the coastline right now. The strongest winds in darker red, 57 miles per hour and higher, is confined to offshore and out towards Nantucket, and they'll stay offshore as the storm tracks in this general direction overnight, early tomorrow morning, and then it's out of here. We have weather buoys, these floating weather stations out over the ocean, indicating some of the tropical storm force wind gusts. And when you have winds this strong, well, naturally you're kicking up big waves. They've been crashing on shore all day long, and these are some of the wave heights, including 20, even 25 feet offshore. So that wave energy propagates towards the coastline, and why we have the very heavy surf. I want to show you some pictures from Point Judith late this afternoon around 4 o'clock. I'll step out of the way, and this gentleman on the rocks taking the pictures, and probably, not a good idea. You definitely don't want to be standing on the rocks and surf like this. Very heavy, as these waves are moving fast. They're large and powerful. You get knocked over. So you want to view the waves tomorrow, take some pretty pictures, do it at a safe distance, and certainly don't be on the rocks, as I do expect very heavy surf to continue through tomorrow, even though the beaches will be sunny. We'll go back to the computer and take a look at the Doppler radar. And TJ's in the Weather Center, and we were noticing this, what we call a feeder band coming off the storm right now. This is not only a heavy band of rain, but it also represents some strong wind, and this has been pinwheeling off towards Buzzards Bay, and it's just south of Mattapoisett. We are live in Mattapoisett, and this particular rain band may head that way in about the next half hour to 45 minutes. So it's the kind of situation where it rains real hard for a while, then it lets up. The storm passing by Cape Cod tonight. The heavy surf will continue through tomorrow, even though the sun will come out. The strongest winds tonight would be out across the Cape and the islands, but even along the Rhode Island shoreline, gusts of 30 to 40 possible. With the heavy rain, we're going to keep an eye on the Patuxent River, though. It is very low. Less wind the further north you go. 2 to 4 inches of rain possible overnight. The heaviest rain now through about 3 o'clock in the morning. The waves won't diminish until probably Sunday. Flash flood watch in effect for urban flooding, and keeping an eye on local rivers and streams. No warnings yet. Providence now, the rain continues at 73, and of course the humidity very high, 94%. Rain overnight. Goodbye Earl. Tomorrow morning sunshine returns at temperatures 70s to eventually low 80s. Now tomorrow a very windy day, but it's not a storm wind. It's dry and it's comfortable as the humidity drops off. There's your bay forecast. 4 to 7 foot swells at the bay entrance. Those beaches that are open, you'll have sunshine. It'll be nice to sit in the sand, but the water will be dangerous. Dangerous surf will continue. There's Earl as it continues to head out to sea. All right, 7-day futurecast. The rest of the holiday weekend is looking good. Sunshine on Sunday, 77, and the holiday Monday, sunny skies and a temperature near 80. This wave action doesn't shut off like a light switch. It takes a couple of days. So despite some sunshine and the storm pulling away, the waves will be big. Pete's in tomorrow morning, starting at 6 a.m. with your updated Futurecast. So several more hours of rain and wind, especially along the South Shore, and then it's goodbye.
Okay. I'm going to give you more live pictures now from Mattapoisett, where high wind is causing some choppy waters right here, and rain continues to fall, as you can see. Stay with Eyewitness News and WPRI.com for the latest as we continue to track Earl.